I think everybody has had this conversation at some point where you're watching an older movie and suddenly your brain goes, wait, what if this movie existed in the 80s? Who would have been in it? And honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy might be one of the most fun movies to do that with because it already kind of feels like an 80s movie anyway. Like space criminals, synth music, weird aliens, leather jackets. It's already halfway there. So today, we are fan casting Guardians of the Galaxy, but specifically as if the movie came out in 1985, which means no modern actors. We are pulling strictly from 1985 Hollywood. So we each had to cast Rocket, Groot, Nebula, Drax, Gamora, and Star-Lord. And honestly, some of these got way harder than I expected because you start thinking about who actually existed in 1985 that could pull this off. Your options narrow down real quick. Also, I realized that there are certain actors that I apparently just want to put in every 80s action movie ever made. And I already know the comments are going to be full of, how did nobody pick so-and-so? Well, listen, there are going to be misses. There are going to be blind spots. That's part of the fun on this one and really all of our generational put it in a new year fan castings. So I'm Brody. That's Too Dong Dylan. That's Charlie.
Hey.
And this is Talk Talk Punch. All right, let's go build the weirdest 1985 blockbuster ever made. How you guys feeling about this one? Was this one easier than you thought? Harder than you thought?
It was tricky. I'm very curious to see your guys' lists. And you know what was also hard? Finding like portrait pictures of 1985 celebrities. It's harder than it's the internet, man. It has everything, but sometimes it was hard to find those vertical shots. So
I really just pulled pictures from the movies that they were in around this time. I'm just saying what I did.
It was quite easy
Although,
when I did it.
I will say, I think that you guys' lists will probably be way more interesting than mine. I finished mine and I was like, I think it's good. I think it just makes sense, but I don't think it's incredibly like out of the box thinking. It's kind of like you guys are going to be like, yeah, that's a good pick. Moving on.
Instead of being like, that was terrible, why would you do this?
At
we'll
least
reserve that Lily Tomlin is Groot, Brody. Lily Tomlin is horrible.
Debate.
Lily Tomlin would be a hell of a Groot, actually. That's a good
a hell of a Groot. She could do anything special 1985 Lily Tomlin? Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get this going. Where the order is going to be Dylan, Charlie, and then myself. So, Dylan, let's start out with your 1985 Rocket Raccoon.
Hey, my 1985 Rocket Raccoon, I've heard him do different kinds of voices. He has had a little bit of a renaissance lately with a certain television show. And as Groot, my pick 1985 is Martin Short. I would love to hear him say some of those lines with his gravelly voice. He's not gravelly at all. He's this cute little skinny guy. It's great. Absolutely perfect. I love it. I want to hear him do it.
Nice. He sounds so nice.
No. He has done. Okay, he was in Arrested Development. That's what I'm picturing right there, where he's playing that old muscle guy. He's like, they call me the Bullet. He could totally do it if you see from that with that voice. Come on, Charlie, back me up. You know he could.
Hey, he was great as the Cat in the Hat, and ultimately, that's
really
thing one and thing two. Yeah, he's he's a great actor. Great actor.
That's an interesting one. I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's an interesting choice.
I thought of him like literally from when he played Bullet from Arrested Development. Just right. I was just like, come on, he was great in his sleep with that.
He's great in everything. I love Short.
You could really put Martin Short in any of these roles. So
sure. Yeah. It'd be fantastic.
I almost put him as Groot, but I had somebody else instead. I went I don't know how I went. Sorry, you guys go ahead. Keep going.
So the voice ones were tough because look, I will admit I have not read a lot of the comics. So like you're really kind of basing it on like Bradley Cooper's performance of Rocket. So I wanted somebody with like a little bit of New York already in their voice, a little bit of this, so it didn't feel forced or over. Someone with some natural gravitas, a little bit of gravel, someone who has range, someone who with intensity, but also a maniacally crazy laugh, someone who could deliver the serious lines with a poignant delivery that makes you emotional, even though you're staring at a CGI raccoon. And so I went with Mr. Head Tilt himself, Ray Liotta.
Oh, okay. All right.
There it is.
Nice. I didn't see that one. That's good.
Born to play it. He's got a little bit of that New York in him already. Great voice. And a wonderful actor. So gravitas.
Yes.
Look at that head tilt. Meant to be.
Yeah,
it's true. They're even like tilting the same way.
I tried it whenever possible. I tried to match my photos to the body position of the.
I did that. I did that with Star-Lord. I was just like, that's perfect. That's perfect.
See, that's a good pick. I didn't even think of Ray Liotta.
I didn't either. I thought you were going to say, at first, I thought you were going to say Robert De Niro. Then I was like, he's going Al Pacino. But then you went Ray Liotta. I was like,
Al Pacino.
All right, yeah.
Al Pacino would have been a great pick.
Pacino would have been
yes.
I tried to also consider like what they were doing in their career in 1985. And so if someone had like a really good 85 movie, I'm like, all right, they're out. We're changing the timelines over here. I can't take away a good 1985 movie.
I did not do that at all. I can say definitively I did not do that. Bro, your pick. What's your pick?
Okay. Well, originally I really wanted to have him be have a British accent because that's how he was originally written to have, and then they changed it for the movies. And then ultimately I just scrapped that. But so my guy was just about to kind of start hitting it real big. He had done a couple movies, and I think he came in with sort of this fast talking, chaotic energy. So my Rocket is Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay.
I think he would kind of bring a little bit of that,
well, that's
like
fun.
Chaos, madness. He's going a little crazy. He's getting real angry.
Anger.
He gets fired up, and starts sounding kind of crazy. So I was like,
then one of the words comes through in Australian.
Yeah. He at this point he had done Mad Max 2. He was just a little bit off of Lethal Weapon. And so
that's a good pick.
Lethal Weapon
I didn't think of that. That's good.
Lethal Weapon's after. So Lethal Weapon was 87, but Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome was 85. So what would you rather? What would you rather have?
He was like coming up to Lethal Weapon, so he hadn't quite gone there yet. But
it's just voice work. He could do both.
He could do it. Yeah, he could do it.
Look, look at the hair. I had this picture and I was like, it looks like a raccoon's hair, kind of.
Hey, easy.
I don't know. Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, take it easy,
Charlie.
bro.
You got to style your hair like that, man. Stop wetting it down.
Feather it, man.
Bigger.
Feathered. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to get some more volume next time.
You got to get the hairspray, some mousse, maybe a blow drying. Yeah, got to feather it out there.
Okay. All right. I'm on it.
So there you go. There's my Rocket.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Okay. Moving on to Groot. I am Groot. Tudong. Who is voicing
I thought to myself,
Groot?
Hey, it's this big muscle-bound guy who says with this one line, million different ways, or just one, whatever. And I thought, back in the day, who is this big muscle-bound guy who would have a voice like that? First, I thought Schwarzenegger, but then I thought, nope, it's Stallone. Stallone is my voice. 1985. I just have such freaking problems sometimes with how you put that thing on there, but it says Stallone. Stallone is Groot. I could see, yes. I am Groot. I don't care how he does it. I love it. He's flexing his muscles.
Good about it.
In the behind-the-scenes thing. Yeah, I don't shop here. Come on, I am Groot.
Honestly, it's 1985. They probably would have put him in a suit.
Yeah, they probably would.
No CGI. I mean, Rocket would have been like an animatronic or a puppet or something.
Yep.
Groot would have been somebody in a suit.
I would love to, by the way, hear him say his line and have him interact with an angry Martin Short playing the Bullet, playing Rocket. Come on, Groot. I am Groot. Beautiful. I like that chemistry. He's big, muscle-bound. I love it. I love the chemistry with, in the current ones. But I think in 1985, I think it'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that.
I considered this one. This one was on my list. I did.
Well, I didn't think about an
it.
actor in a suit because
I didn't either.
It's not my Hollywood. We're changing history, so we're bringing in the bad CGI with us.
Oh jeez. Oh, the 1985 CGI.
Hey, come on.
Oh no. Come on,
hey,
I mean, not that it existed, but whatever special effects they were trying
man.
to
Come
use.
on, come on. We all love Star Wars. Same thing. Hey, my guy can be the voice, and then they could just get like a stand-in. Come on, they did that.
Yeah,
like Darth Vader.
Voiceover, dub. He dubs.
Yeah.
Or just overdub it, right? So I wanted. So this to me was just like, who do I want to give like a really good paycheck to? Like what 80s actor just deserves a little bit of love on the pod that we never talk about or don't talk about enough. But hey, Groot, if they went a different direction, I mean, up to like 2007, bro, he talked like he was like, "Hello, how you doing?" And then at some point
in the comics,
he was like a villain who became a good. You can look it up, people. You can look it up in the comics. He used to talk. He was like a villain who gave up his villainous ways to join the crew, and then he was like, he would say full sentences, and then all of a sudden he was like, "I am Groot." You can look it up.
They're
Either
like, "What? Vin Diesel?"
This
we
whole
can leave
section.
him one line.
If this section's in, it means I was right. So I wanted to do a voice actor who could also, hey, maybe say more if they wanted to go a different direction.
Okay,
but not really. So. Put the slide up, bro.
Yeah,
I kept waiting for you to say
Michael
it.
Winslow,
the incredible, the incomparable, the underrated, the undeniably talented Michael Winslow, the human voice box, who will be in Spaceballs Part 2.
Yes,
is he really?
Yeah,
he is.
Wow,
I didn't know that. Huh? Nice. That's fun. That's a fun pick right there. That's great. You're right. We don't talk enough about him.
So, Charlie, when you say other things besides "I am Groot," you just mean all the noises that he would want to make?
No, like I'm staring at a comic panel right now that says, "Your tone lacks respect, but these disgusting machines could one day threaten Planet X. I will see them destroyed."
What? Really? Wow. That's cool. I could hear.
Groot must have been his first appearance for a time after he was reintroduced in Annihilation, prior to Abnett and Lanning run of Guardians Q. At which point is
Annihilation was when I remember him, and after that.
So I'm just saying,
I'd love to hear him say some of those lines.
And then not only do you get him as saying "I am Groot," but then he can also do half the sound effects for the movie just with his voice.
It's true. Why?
They're in space. He's like he can do all the laser sounds, the beeps, the sweeps, the creeps.
I'm trying to think of what his voice sounds like. I can hear the noises that he makes, but I'm having a hard time placing his voice.
It sounds like whatever he wants it to sound like. When you hear "I am Groot" run through the filters that they run it through for that, do you think Vin Diesel? You think it sounds like Vin Diesel? It doesn't sound like Vin Diesel.
It sounds like Vin Diesel.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Like Baby Groot sounds.
No.
He's like,
"Hello, I am Groot."
The Baby Groot.
Come on.
We're just doing the first one. That's why I have.
I'm just saying.
Guardians 1 Groot in the picture.
You think Michael Winslow can make his voice sound exactly like an electric guitar, but he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't do a slightly deeper baritone with a little bit of gravel in it. That's a little bit too complicated. You want me to sound like an airplane taking off? Sure, I can do all the engine sounds, but a little bit of gravel and a little bit of lower timbre in my voice, can't do it. That's too much."
I'm just trying to hear it in my head.
You don't believe it.
I'm just trying to listen to it.
Go watch some of his interviews on like The Tonight Show or rent Police Academy on VHS.
I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just trying to place it in my head.
That's a fun pick. That's fun.
His real speaking voice is a lot different than sometimes what you like in Spaceballs. He's kind of talking like the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. Like he's kind of doing like more of like a voice. Okay. But then you hear him talk normal, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Michael Winslow. I have a very normal voice. I can make it sound like anything you want."
Okay,
that's an excellent pick.
I'll take
very good pick.
I'll take it.
That's fun. That's lots of fun.
Of all the ones on my list that I thought I'd get pushback on, the only one that required absolutely nothing of the actor. This is the one that you guys are going to be the hardest.
I'm not giving you pushback.
What are you talking about?
Pushback coming.
Say three words.
All I
no
said
pushback
was
from me.
Pick.
You can say it better than Stallone. Stallone's going to be like in the studio for 3 hours going, "I am Groot." Is it a question? What am I? I am Groot. Like, can you do it again with a pause in between there, Stallone? I am Groot.
Poor Stallone. I did not sanction any of this whole thing, and I don't even know why he's attacking you. I love this pick.
I can't wait to see Brody's Groot. Let's see Brody's Groot.
My Groot. I'm actually surprised that there's not a crossover, but you guys are going to be like, "Come on, Brody." It's like at least try to be interesting. I'm just going to put it up there. It's James Earl Jones. It's the voice. He could so obviously do an I am Groot, and with like the growliness and the deepness and the softness and warmth, he could make it so like nice sounding, and then he could do like an angry Groot. I think he could do all these Groots with just saying I am Groot. I think that he could do so much with it, with just those words. He doesn't even need to say anything else. And I think it would be awesome. And we would be like, dude, James Earl Jones can do anything because he can.
It's almost like you're in a duel with a person and they take out a handgun and then you take out a nuclear weapon. You're going to kill him. You're going to kill him badly. That is how, like, absolutely. I mean, he could do it in his sleep, yes, but also if he puts even a smidgen of his talent into it, it's like that. What is it? It's like the Atom guy in the second Doctor Strange, where he just says a word and it blasts people to smithereens.
Black Bolt.
That's good. That's a good choice.
You can't have Darth Vader voicing Groot. You can't.
Why not?
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I am Groot.
Well, he doesn't have to have a breathing apparatus like Vader.
He does if he's been moving around a lot.
He doesn't sound like
if
that.
He's in the hospital, bro. If he's in the hospital, he may need a breathing apparatus.
If he's been running, we all get winded. You tell me James Earl Jones doesn't get tired when he runs?
He was coming off of Conan.
Conan.
Yeah. He was great in Conan. He hadn't done. I have the picture of Coming to America that hadn't come out yet, but I thought it was a good picture.
He was.
But yeah, I think.
Come on.
I think he would. I think it'd be an awesome I am Groot.
Yeah. It'd be too refined. Too refined.
What?
I am Groot. It'd be too like.
You're saying that the guy that voices some of the most iconic voices in history couldn't change his voice a little bit, Charlie?
Yeah, that's
Come
what
on
I'm saying.
Now.
You ever heard James Earl Jones and gone like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was him? You ever like hear his voice?
What's wrong
like,
with realizing that it's James Earl Jones?
I'm just saying, like he's never once
awesome.
changed his voice to do a voice of something. It's always just been his voice. So yeah, he's gonna do I'm Groot just like he does everything else. It's gonna be James Earl Jones,
and it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be very articulated and refined and slow.
What's wrong with that?
What happens when he's in a panic or in a rush and the I am Groot change? Oh, Vin Diesel and his range. How he changes the I am Groot. The quality of acting.
I was taking it slightly seriously until you said that. And then I was like, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm just giving Brody a hard time because he gave me a hard time. All right. Fine. On to the next.
All right. Next up, Nebula. Tudong. Who's your villain? Who's Nebula?
We do have a crossover of... No, James Earl Jones is not going to play this, but we do have a crossover of a movie series because I thought, 1985, I wanted to see Carrie Fisher as Nebula. She's angry. She's already been Princess Leia. I'd like to see her try that. She doesn't go if she hasn't done a whole lot of things where she's, again, it's not exactly a huge jump. I don't know if she was as angry in 1985 as she was the last 20 years or so. But she was angry, and I'd love to see her as an angry Nebula.
Interesting.
No?
Rob,
good?
I'm just waiting for Brody to... He looks like he's...
I'm thinking. Charlie, what are your thoughts on this? While I ponder,
I love it. It's great. I mean, aside from the fact that we're going to end up with a Guardians of the Galaxy that features both Darth Vader and Princess Leia, just a few years after Jedi, no big deal. But I love Carrie Fisher, and she would have been fantastic in a role that allowed her to kind of like break type.
Sure.
Yes.
Just kind of express herself in a different way. I think she's a tremendously talented actress. There are other things going on in her life. Postcards from the Edge, if you want to watch that. But she She could have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything she can't do?
Hey, it's a good pick.
There it is.
I think I appreciate this.
I love how you were not in any way sure. But I will say, Charlie put it much better than I did. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He called me up and said, I got to put it on there. And I was just like, that's supposed to be my picks. And then he I don't know what he said, but somehow I was like, yes, you're right. Yes, I am.
I get two choices this time.
Speaking of two choices, what's your second choice, Charlie?
So my second choice, because hey, Carrie Fisher was taken and off the table apparently, so I didn't go that route. I went with an actress whose name we all know, Miss Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's back when
I had this
Scarface,
down
right?
and I changed it.
So this is from like the pictures from Lady Hawk. She had that kind of breakthrough role as a small part in kind of the Scarface in '83, and then just some kind of thriller movies. Lady Hawk in '85, Into the Night in '85. Her career didn't really start to take off till kind of late '80s, '90s.
Yes.
We know she can play a villain really well, but not just like a crazy villain, but like something with depth and substance. She's a tremendously talented actress, and she already had kind of the pixie cut in '85. So just bald cap that sucker and put it in there and let it go.
Yeah, I wrote her name down on my slide, and I was between two, and I ended up going with the other one. So I'm really glad that you picked this one because I think this is a really good pick.
And then I realized I had a much better choice.
No. I'm saying that I'm glad that you picked this because this was one that I really, really wanted to have on there. I thought
ages,
really
by the
good
way,
pick.
not that they matter a lot, but like Nebula, she was the actress was in her like maybe 27-ish when she did the role, and so that's kind of how old Michelle Pfeiffer would have been also in '85. So I thought about the ages and kind of lined up the ages as best I could for the actual physical actors, not for the voice actors, which didn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't take into account age at all. I know I did when we did our 1995 Avengers, but
I'm curious how old Carrie Fisher was in '85.
She was young. She was really young in Star Wars, but
she was 18 in Star Wars or something.
She was like no, I guess she was 29 by then. Okay,
really?
So, Brode, what's your choice? That's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
She was born in '56. So,
oh, okay. I thought she was younger for A New Hope.
Well, that was like 77, right?
Yeah.
So that was like 20. She was
28.
She was 21.
She was 28. Oh yeah. But I mean, like in '85, she was. Yeah. Or no, wait. Yeah, 85. 28.
29, depending on the month.
Doesn't matter. So my Nebula, what really won me over was a movie that she did just a few years would have been before this, and I'm just going to put it up because it's going to be kind of self-explanatory, and that's Daryl Hannah.
Oh, Daryl Hannah. Okay.
After what she did in Blade Runner, I was like, and maybe it would be too similar. Maybe she'd be like, I don't want to do like this same thing. But I was like, she was really good in Blade Runner, right? And so I think that she could kind of take what she did in Blade Runner and really be able to translate that over to Nebula, and she's doing the makeup. She could, I think she'd be really good.
That's a good
for
pick.
Me being able to just kind of picture it. I had an easy time like picturing like, okay, I look at her, especially her pictures in Blade Runner, and I'm like, I could see her playing Nebula. I could see her, and so she, so she just beat out Michelle Pfeiffer, really just because of Blade Runner. But yeah, I was like, I think she'd be really cool. I think she'd be a really cool Nebula.
That's a good pick.
And she would have just
so
just
obvious,
come out of Splash,
right? Is it boring?
Yeah.
Are my picks boring? She what?
She would have just like got done with Splash in '84. And then got a chance to kind of, reinvent herself yet again. So it could have been like a nice little.
There you go. I hadn't even thought of Splash. I was so focused on Blade Runner, which was '82. So yeah. All right.
These are not boring picks, but we'll see about your Drax.
Oh, okay. All right, Drax Tudong. Who is your Drax the Destroyer?
Now, I'll be very honest. I don't know exactly how
honest
good he could be on this.
Oh God.
But hey, you know what? I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid right off. I picked Lou Ferrigno as Drax. Go on, put it on there. Come on, he's got the physique.
He makes Dave Bautista look tiny, dude. Look at him. It's freaking incredible Hulk in real life right there.
I mean, I think it would be really interesting to see him work with that kind of Drax sense of humor. I couldn't think. I was like, I'm not going to put Schwarzenegger. Come on, as Drax. No, there's just something about it that just didn't work. But then I thought I was like, somebody else. I already picked Stallone for the voice of Groot, and I thought, you know, with the sense of humor Drax has, I'd love to see what Lou Ferrigno would do with that role. I think he would catch on to that humor. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I'm clutching straws here, but I think it would be a really fun pick. That's what I thought.
I like it. His IMDb lists him at 6'5", which I didn't know he was that tall. But
my God,
Dave Bautista is just 6'4", so yeah, he really would be towering over Mr. Bautista. Got a whole inch on him, and he's used to being painted green. So,
and he's used to be painted green exactly.
He's like nothing new. Bring it on.
Instead of that wig, he shaves his head, and he's just like, yeah.
This is a fun pick.
Nice. This is a good pick. Good job.
Like I wanted to match the idea of a wrestler who's turning into an actor like Batista.
Okay. That's good.
I set my sights on. I got to find a wrestler in the 80s, not Hulk Hogan, absolutely not.
Oh, not.
So not Hogan. No offense to anyone who picked Hogan for this list. But no, not Hogan. Get out of here with that. The nanny, come on. I needed somebody who had a little bit more, who could pull off a little bit more mean without being mean, like a little bit of nasty without being nasty. Someone with charisma who could pull off the jokes. You can absolutely guess.
Is it Andre the Giant?
I thought about Andre the Giant, but I did not pick Andre the Giant.
Is it Roddy Piper?
I thought about Roddy Piper. But he's Roddy Piper's he's got too much charisma. We would need to dial that back a little bit. He'd be like, hey, can I just be Peter Quill at this point? Because I'm far too charismatic. But hey, I wanted someone with a little who I knew would be a good actor. So I wanted someone with a little bit of acting experience. So, bro, you got to kick yourself a little bit. Jesse the Body Ventura, baby.
There you go.
Also 6'4", muscles all over the place. He was very good in Predator. He was good in Running Man.
Oh, he was funny in Running Man. I loved it.
Yeah, and so I thought he can pull off the tough guy. He could pull off like the deadpan stuff, and he look good in the shirtless outfits with the green.
That's a really good pick. That's a good pick. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Nice. Come on, bro. Let's see it.
Hard to find pictures of Jesse the Body Ventura because it's like all the governor stuff comes up. I want the governor. I want him shirtless. My search history. Someday someone's going to investigate that. It's going to be very weird. No, give me shirtless pictures of the mayor or the governor.
All right, my pick. It's obvious. In fact, Dylan already called it out. Charlie probably saw my face when he said it.
Oh, you're going Stallone, right? Is that? Oh no, you went Schwarzenegger.
I'm going with Arnold.
Oh, you did go Schwarzenegger.
It's gonna be one or the other. I couldn't tell.
So Arnold at this point coming off same year as Commando, right? Coming off of Terminator, coming off of Conan the Barbarian. I think this is like peak physical Arnold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think he was probably like at his biggest and buffest here. He slimmed down a little bit kind of later 80s, early 90s, but he was huge at this time. And we know from future Arnold that he can do comedy and he can do kind of the unintentionally funny stuff. And so you could even just have Drax doing like one-liners and it would be funny. And so I'm just thinking like, okay, knowing where Arnold eventually went, we know that he can do that. I think he would be a really funny Drax. And like I think just the the unexpected funny. Because he hadn't done comedy before that. He was doing the one-liners, right? He had Commando's full of great one-liners. So we know that he could do that type of stuff. And so I think having a character like Drax, I think would be really good.
Yeah, he'd be good at it because it doesn't require like comedic timing, like the way that Drax speaks. He's just delivering lines that he doesn't mean to be funny, but are funny. You know, so I think it's great. That's a good pick.
Have you guys seen Red Heat with Schwarzenegger? Have you seen him in Red Heat where he plays like a Russian guy and he looks
Belushi?
Yeah, with Belushi.
Yeah. I picture if he was going to play Drax, I picture it like that, where he is just like absolutely. He looks like he is just smoldering with rage the entire time, just like he is just angry the entire. I loved it, and then I could see him as Drax that way. Nothing goes over my head. He says it with such a straight face, just like, okay.
The only problem with casting Schwarzenegger as Drax is that he would single-handedly defeat Ronin and Thanos and whatever else.
That's true.
I killed them all. They're all dead.
I looked in their direction, and now they're dead.
They did not stand a chance against me.
Yeah, Dylan, I thought it was
Drax
funny
the
when you were like,
right? Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, I mean, 85 isn't too far away from Kindergarten Cop. You know, that's like 5 years away from that. Twins was 88. You know, so he had, you know, a lot of those one-liner drops in 87. You know, so I mean, he was kind of building up. So yeah,
there you go, Dylan. I thought it was funny when you're like, I didn't go Arnold, and I was like,
who would go Arnold?
Who would go Arnold for this role?
2 on the nose.
I didn't want to go Arnold.
It's the trouble with going
but
last.
Now that I think about it, when I think about Arnold and Red Heat,
well, yeah, everyone gets to make fun of your picks before they know that they're your picks.
That's right. That's right. Well, I can't wait to hear who Dylan doesn't think should have been Gamora.
Who I don't think should have been Gamora.
Yeah, you're gonna give your pick while simultaneously saying things about actresses who would not have been good in the role, and then they'll be broken.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I gotta cast a wide net on this one.
I will admit, that was a thinker.
Took me a minute.
This is an actress we rarely talk about, and it's kind of understandable. I can't really think of a lot of things she's been in lately, but I love the things that she was in, like back in the 80s, 85, all that kind of thing. And that is Helen Slater. She played Supergirl, and now she can play Gamora. Or maybe even she can just play Gamora, and she doesn't have to think about Supergirl until they understand what a script is, you know?
I don't know. I would like to see this.
Run. She has the anger. She's got the sweetness. She was in The Secret of My Success. Come on. That's all you really need right there.
There you
Secret of My Success. You didn't say anything bad about anybody else, so it leaves it all to me.
Molly Ringwald would have been a terrible choice, even though she's got red hair. So actually, she's a great choice.
I did not pick any Breakfast Clubbers.
No break. I thought maybe Ali Sheedy for Nebula, but
so this is where the age thing came into play. I wanted to find an actress who was like in her late 30s. Like Zoe Saldana was when she took on the role. Wanted to find someone who had just like, because I'm picturing a very charismatic Peter Quill, just like the regular Guardians.
Yeah.
You need someone who can play off of that and not be swallowed by that. Someone who has enough screen presence, enough of their own natural charisma to kind of stand up in that, but also can deliver like some gruffness, some toughness, kick some tail, action stuff, deliver a good line. And so I went with the legend herself, Pamela Grier. Pam Grier.
Oh, that's good. Okay. That's a good choice.
And, you know, in 85, you know, she come out of the blaxploitation films of the 70s, and she was, you know, she's a pretty common, I think people know her, but like she didn't get the roles that she deserved in the 80s. And
yes.
That's what maybe would have opened up 80s into the 90s. Maybe she wasn't above the law with Seagal. I mean, she had that. You know, she got that on the credits list. But I think maybe this would open up some more doors. She just deserves all the good, and she's a hell of a human being too. So this was a kind of an easy pick for me. I like her in this role, and I think she would be.
That's
awesome.
A good pick. That's a better pick than my role. I like that. That's a really good pick.
That is a good pick.
Come on, bro. Put Molly Ringwald up there. You know you picked her.
All right. So my Gamora is probably the most out there of all my picks.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
She was sort of on the upswing. She'd been in a couple movies, right? Gamora is said to be the deadliest woman in the galaxy.
Okay.
So she's got to be like intimidating.
So Brigitte Nielsen,
like she could kill you.
Ooh. She could kill you.
And so I
never
went,
got that from Gamora, but
and this lady also had a movie that came out this same year. So I went with Grace Jones.
Grace Jones.
I thought, somebody who could be really kind of stoic and, at arm's length from everybody. Who
I should have picked her for Groot.
Who you give her some swords, she was just she had just come off of Conan the Destroyer here, so I was like, man, I think just physically, I think she could portray this role really well and really be that like dangerous woman that Gamora is really meant to be, right?
You know what she was great in? 1992's Boomerang.
Yes,
Strange. She was freaking awesome. Man. That's such a good movie. That's like a underrated early 90s gem.
It's really funny. Yeah.
This same year she was in A View to a Kill, playing Mayday, and so I thought that would be kind of a nice year for her playing in the James Bond, playing this, kind of.
I have to say, I now hope that 85 View to a Kill. She was opposite Christopher Walken. He was the bad guy. He was like her lover. I'd love to see him. I hope that's your Peter Quill, bro. I really hope so.
He's not my Peter Quill.
Oh,
hey, he was almost
been a choice.
Hey, he played opposite her in A View to a Kill. That was his lover in that. Beautiful. Now, I wish I picked both of them. Oh, those are both good picks, you guys. Very good picks.
All right, and
my Star-Lord.
Lastly, we have the Star-Lord, the Star-Lord of the movie.
I chose my Star-Lord first, and then I moved on from there. And I go ahead and throw it up, bro. I chose Michael J. Fox as Star-Lord. I actually I got a picture just for that, so it kind of looks that way. I understand that he was in Back to the Future, and I'm not trying to say he shouldn't be in Back to the Future, but I do think I would have loved to have seen him. I would have liked to have seen his Star-Lord. He is not a very tall individual, and Star-Lord never seemed to be the tallest guy in the room anywhere. Everybody seemed to be like massively hulking right over him. And even if they didn't, like Gamora, they might as well have. They would have torn him to pieces. So I picked Michael J. Fox, and then I thought, I'd love to see Helen Slater and something else. So I thought they played well off each other with that. That's why I was hoping you would do that, bro. Grace Jones and then Christopher Walken. But I think he's got the charisma. I'd love to see how he kind of handles a role. He was like a tough guy in Back to the Future. And, he had a lot of sarcasm, not just in just about all the roles he was in, but I mean, like, if you see him in Family Ties, and in Back to the Future, like, and he's also he's a really phenomenal actor. I love seeing him in the leads, things like this. I'd love to see how he
was he in 1985. Charlie, can you bing that?
Yeah, you guys keep going. I'll look it up.
No, I got it. You can talk about your boy some more. Because he was young. He was born in 1961. So he would have been like a nice little 24, 23, 22, 24.
Oh, older than I thought.
Look at him. Like, he looks like he's ready to, like, throw down right there. Yes, he's wearing a life preserver. It's fine.
He also looks like he's about 15 years old, though.
No, he doesn't.
But you need to imagine. You need to imagine him getting in the Marvel machine, right? Like like you see these actors that the before and after the MCU, they get in that Marvel machine and
he'd sit there.
They bulk up. Suddenly they got 20 pounds of muscle all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could see Michael J. Fox as like a Spider-Man or something like that. I don't know if I see him as Star-Lord. I'm having a really hard time trying to picture that.
Well, then you're gonna hate mine, which is it's not Michael J. Fox, not a crossover.
Oh,
I took a swing here, and let me set it up.
That means we have zero crossovers for this whole thing.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'm actually a little surprised. Zero crossovers.
Look, I think there's a right answer for this, and so I didn't want to pick the right answer.
Because I picked the right answer.
I'm sure it's just like a very obvious choice, and I'm like, this is who it should be. This is who I would cast in reality. But the thing about Chris Pratt when he was cast in this role is that like the biggest, most famous thing he had done was Parks and Rec. He was a comedic background actor. He was kind of doughy. He was very funny. Played kind of this like airhead guy. And it was hilarious. And they got cast. And the thing that MCU did so well in the beginning is they cast these actors and actresses, and you go, huh. And whether it was, and then we look back in retrospect, it's like, oh, he's a huge movie star. Of course, he's a great action star. Like he got in that Marvel weight room and he transformed his body completely.
Yeah, he really did.
Oh, back and watch the old Parks and Rec, and you're like, whoa, that's a different dude.
What happened?
And this was a very common thing. Even Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. like those were like swings, and then So I wanted a swing. I wanted someone who, when I said their name, you guys would go, huh.
Okay. Can I put up the slide?
Yeah. Put up the slide. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Tremendous actor.
Lay it on.
I love John Candy.
Tremendous actor.
I love him too.
Is hilarious. Charisma melting off the screen. He's sincere, which I think is great for this role. Earnest. And the only thing that's missing when you guys think of John Candy in this role is you're like, oh, he doesn't have the body for it. But neither did Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
So my thesis here, and look, the none of the actors were suggesting for these roles have any say in this, and maybe they would all turn down all these roles and be like, no, there's no way I'm getting into the Marvel weight room.
This is not up to them.
Yeah. But in this imaginary universe, John Candy gets offered this amazing opportunity, and he decides, hey, I'm gonna lose some weight, I'm gonna get in shape, and I'm gonna take on the role of Peter Quill. It's the only thing that's missing. And from him being a tremendous star, because he can be sarcastic, he can be cutting, he can be sincere, he can be funny.
Yeah.
If he just, you hit that Marvel weight program, which I would love to do myself. He would just be phenomenal in the role. And so it would take a lot of you could take some squinting, and it'd be kind of the thing where you haven't seen him in a couple of years, and all of a sudden he shows up in these promos and he's jacked, and you're like, what the heck happened to John Candy? He was a young man, he was still in his 30s, metabolism still going. He could still in that range where he could do it. So
that's a
pick. It's a swing.
That's a great pick.
And honestly, I don't know if you guys have watched the John Candy documentary, which is really good.
I just saw him in Spaceballs again. I was like, I love him.
He towards the end of his life, he was very, very overweight, and I think that really contributed to his early passing. Had he, been able to lose some of that beforehand, maybe he would have lived a bit longer. Just in our talk punch and imaginary world, that would have been a really great thing.
Like there's real stigma.
I think I actually like this pick, Charlie. When I saw the picture, I was like, well, that's a weird one. Which is exactly what you were going for, right? It's the same thing that Marvel would do, where you're like, wait, Chris Evans was just Human Torch. Robert Downey Jr. hasn't done anything for a long time. Those type of reactions.
Yeah, there was a real stigma, especially I think in old Hollywood, that you had to either be thin or really heavy, and there was really no space for in between. You want to be funny, be the big guy, be the big funny guy, or you can be like the leading man, thinner type. And John Candy just he kind of he was able to be the leading man in spite of all of that kind of stuff. And I just he could do it, man. He could do it. I just love John Candy.
Yeah,
we're not talking about John Candy on here, and I love
him.
So anyway, it's a little bit of a swing. It's probably a little unrealistic, but hey, we're also time traveling casting a film, so
that's a great pick. I never would have thought that's a good
pick. That is a good pick.
Come on, Gold. Let's see yours. Let's see it.
My pick, as Charlie said, there is a right answer for this, and I believe that I hit it.
You hit
nail on the head. You know, funny thing is that years later he would go on to be a part of this franchise.
Yeah.
And that's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that's the right choice.
That's the right choice. Yeah.
It was kind of like, as we're building this, it's like, yes, Kurt Russell is Star-Lord. Of course he is. Like, you know,
so much so he plays his dad.
Yeah. He can do the comedic stuff. You know, this would have been just before Big Trouble in Little China, you know, where he is playing the reluctant hero, you know, can do the comedy stuff. He's coming off of some other action movie. He's coming off of Escape from New York, you know, so we know that he can do that. And I think that he really would have been like the perfect choice for this role in 1985, just because he just is. He is this character. He's played this character already, and he's good at it, and he's charming, and he's funny, and he's action, and he's kick butt, and he's, you know, gruff and Snake Plissken, and there's all the things that you would kind of think of this Star-Lord space pirate who's charming and lovable, but, you know, can still kill aliens, is Kurt Russell. So this was just kind of the easy one, and this was the one where I was like, everybody's going to be like, yeah, that works. Well, good job, Brody. You picked the obvious answer.
And he's someone who wrote that I don't a lot better. Have you guys watched his like Han Solo edition?
Is it bad?
It's not great.
No,
yeah, you don't. You just like, he doesn't have like the charisma or swagger that you like, that we associate with like Kurt Russell. Like he just it seems kind of flat. But when you think about the character of Han Solo and then Peter Quill, like they're really kind of like almost like opposite sides of the same archetype. Where like you know, Han Solo's got like that surly kind of like gruff, and then you got like more of like the cocky jock side of like the kind of like you know, that egotistical, arrogant, but you still love him kind of action hero guy, you know. So he definitely fits more on like the bright side of that coin. I think a much better Star-Lord than he would have been a Han Solo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's still a really good pick. It was obvious enough that I didn't even think about it. It's really good.
It's a great pick. I knew when I started my list, I'm like, I know Kurt Russell's the right answer, so I need to think of a wrong one.
Right.
Well,
I'm glad that I picked it in that case, so that somebody.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's good. You got the right answer.
That's a really good.
So.
Wow.
So there you go. There
picks,
is
fellas.
your 1985 Guardians of the Galaxy movie, according to Talk Punch. God, you know what? I really like doing these. I have a lot of fun taking these modern movies that we love and dropping them into different eras. It's way better than trying to fan cast for the future, because that requires a lot of knowledge of up and comers that we just don't have. So it's great to be able to look in the past and have fun with that and be like, oh, look at where this person was in 1985 and what they were doing and how we can place them into our movie. So I really enjoy these.
It's fun.
But
done, you guys.
I think
you guys
that's
got great picks.
That's going to do it for this episode. You guys have anything else to add?
No, it's a fun list, and we'd love to hear from you. Who would you cast in these roles from 1985? Drop them in the comments below. There's some kind of obvious ones that we kind of jumped over, and maybe you want to fill in the gaps here a little bit. Let's get some of those in print, and we'll kind of react with you in the comments there. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Suggest some other movies that we can do this with. Some time traveling.
Yeah, please do.
Some movies, some eras. That would be great. But we'll see you next time. You can't recast us. Nope, even if you want to. Sorry.
Nope. Although, who would you cast as us?
Yeah.
Maybe for a future episode.
From 1985.
Rob McElhenney, Charlie Day, and
yes.
Dan Howerton.
I love it.